What is currently happening that is scaring you? Just found out that a married couple in my city kept an elderly lady as a slave for 20 years. My city is somewhat quiet, so this really freaked me out. Edit. The lady is now together with her sister. Hopefully things will get better. It's really sinister, since the city is a great place to live. No homicides or whatsoever in years. It seems that the situation is being handled. What in the actual F? My reaction as well. Yeah, right. An elderly person would make a terrible slave. Yep. My dad passed last Wednesday. I took it pretty hard, despite knowing it was coming, due to his age and couple health issues. Now I'm at the point where I don't believe he's gone, and have come to my own realization that I don't want to get old. I just don't. From this 65-year-old, no THST research shows that this is the most happy time of life. I lift weights, race walk 4 miles a DSY and SM healthy and strong. It is a privilege growing old, and I love my life. Orgasms have never been better. Nothing at all to fear, especially if you take care of yourself. Yeah, grandma, bust those nuts. My wife's grandfather once described X after 70 as trying to stuff a marshmallow into a piggy bank. Delete. The aging of my parents. It's like one day I just woke up and realized they were more than halfway through their lives. I keep wanting to reset their clocks. I'm the aging parent now, and I'd say don't be afraid. You're an extension of them, and as much as you care for them, their focus is probably on your well-being and happiness. Needed to hear this. My father is ill and my mother is beginning to show signs of decline that I really wish I could ignore. So fortunate to have had them in my life this long, but can't imagine a world without either one. I guess life never asks if you're ready. My suggestion, while you still have them, is to begin conversations, interviews if you will, about their lives. It's amazing what you will learn. Talk to them together, and then separately. I did this with my parents over a 5-year period. We lived a 3-hour plane trip distance. I did it through face-to-face when I was visiting, supplemented by many long phone calls. They lived long, satisfying lives and died 6 months apart. Dad first at 95, mom at 89. I'm now their living oracle, nothing left unsaid or unknown. I had a kidney transplant 2 weeks ago and just got a 9 PM call that my lab numbers look like I might have internal bleeding. I'm scared I'm going to lose my new kidney before I've even healed. Edit. Thanks everyone for the support and gilding, even if I don't quite understand it lol. I didn't expect this to blow up like this. Waiting for an app for a scan to learn more. Hoping for the best. They haven't sent me via ER, so I shouldn't be too worried I guess. I'm so sorry, and I hope it all turns out okay for you. I've been hearing and seeing things that aren't there. I've been chalking it up to stress, but I'm starting to think I may be going crazy. It's pretty scary. Edit. Well damn. Thanks for all the advice. I have started seeing a mental health professional as of last Wednesday. It's been a week and I've started some meds. They are also doing tests for my thyroid. I've been seeing a neurologist for a few years now for an unrelated condition, though now I'm thinking it could be related, and they have me in meds for that too. What I didn't know was the carbon monoxide thing. I'm heading out in a few to buy several new ones. I just moved and I've just been using the ones that were here already, and this all started a little while after moving in here, so maybe that's it. I've also recently learned the term shadow people, and while I don't really buy into the paranormalness of it, the experiences have been spot on what is described. It's not always people but always shadows. Weird poo. Google directed me to a podcast called Astonishing Legends. It has a pretty good episode I listened to about it. I've been searching for a job for several months now, with no success. We have enough in savings to survive for another 6 weeks. I'm married, and we have children, and I'm afraid that I won't be able to support my family. Edit. You all are amazing people. The amount of support and just the overall good advice in the responses here blow me away. Thank you all so much. Also, as many were asking, 1. I have worked in non-profit leadership for nearly a decade. The skill set would transfer well to for-profit work. I also have database administration work experience along with a Salesforce admin certification. 2. I'm happy to relocate. I've applied locally, near Erie, Pennsylvania, nationally, USA, and internationally. 3. Yes, I'm open to other fields, working through a temp agency, multiple jobs, below my qualifications, and similar. 4. I've had my resume professionally edited. 5. I've applied for unemployment benefits, but have been informed that until our savings are further depleted, that we cannot receive anything. I understand that, and will apply in the future if need be. 6. Thank you for the gold and silver. 7. I've tried to respond to everyone, but believe some were missed unintentionally. If I don't reply within a couple of days and you were anticipating that I would, please notify me. 8. I will definitely update this post once I land a position. Hey man, hang in there. I can't imagine the stress this is putting you in, and I'm sorry that you are going through it. The only advice I can give you is keep looking. Use those job search websites. Get in touch with job recruitment agencies which will help you find a job through their contacts. Talk to your own contacts as to whether they know about any jobs that may be circulating around. It's a tough position you're in, but you can pull through. Your spouse is there to support you too, so never be hesitant to talk to them, as well as a close friend or family member that won't tell anyone else about your situation. You have my best wishes. Thank you so much. I've been applying like crazy, both locally and worldwide, in 2 career fields that I have solid qualifications in. Without exaggerating, I've applied to over 105 positions that, based on the description and qualifications, I'm a great match for. I've applied to another dozen positions that are either a bit beyond me or for which I'm overqualified. It's so frustrating to be at a standstill. I've worked since I was 14 and have never been unemployed for this long. My wife has been amazing throughout all of this. I've also been seeing a counselor to help deal with the depression and its side effects I've been experiencing. He's helping pro bono, which is a tremendous help in its own right. About 2 months ago I got mugged by 3 guys and the police were the most ignorant thing I had ever witnessed. Ever since that I've been kinda scared to leave the house. Edit. Thank you for your advices and positive feedback. I actually feel a lot better after hearing all of what you had to say. Reddit is awesome for things like these. It's amazing the amount of people that try to make me feel better. I tried to answer to all, but if I didn't, well then, sorry about that. Also thanks for that gold and silver, and don't worry, the robbers can't get these goods. I once got locked out of my apartment at night and attempted to break in by hopping the chain link fence and trying the back door. There was a police car parked about 20 feet away in direct view, and I thought for sure I would have to provide proof of residence. He watched and did nothing. Felt real safe after that. My mom getting older and not remembering things, but being antagonistic over any attempts for me or my relatives to help. I've been through this with my dad. It's going to get way worse, my man. So you have to hold on tight and just remember the good times. Whenever he's telling me the same story for the 4th time in the same hour, I just keep remembering how terrible it must be for him to go through it. He has no idea. It's like waking up and realizing you have no idea where you are or what you're doing. Most of the time you're kinda just along for the ride. Like waking up unexpectedly and groggy. Anyone would be upset. Something that really seemed to help him out a lot was to just keep him involved and engaged in whatever we were doing at the time. Like explaining several times an hour that we were on the way to see his doctor to get whatever looked at and we'll be home soon. I also carry jelly beans with me 24/7 now. They're his favorite, no matter how bad a day he's having, and they never fail to perk him up. Bad times are ahead, but that doesn't mean the good times are all gone. You just have to learn to be happy with the smaller things. Good luck, my man. You guys are ridiculous, and I love it. I did not expect this to blow up the way it has. I just want to say to everyone going through the same thing, it's not all bad. Cherish the good times whenever you can. I always feel like my dad is still in there somewhere, and every so often he peeks his head out, and I get such a feeling of relief and joy. Last time it happened was yesterday, if you can believe it. It was pretty warm, so we stopped for an ice cream. We sat at the picnic table eating our cones and dad just says, "Wow, this is some really good Muse tracks." It's his favorite. I knew it was my dad and all I could do was smile. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. but your family didn't choose to be this way, so take everything in stride and you'll be okay. Always remember that you're still a family, even if they don't always remember it. Semicolon close bracket. One dumb thing that always helps me out is I consider the 4 stories in an hour thing to be payback from when I did it to him when I was a kid. I don't know why it helps, but for me at least it really does. You're all breathtaking. So many of you guys are all going through the same thing, and it's really heartbreaking and inspiring at the same time. One super important thing to remember is that Alzheimer's isn't the end of your loved one's life. As I'm typing this, Dad is watching some John Wayne movie that he's watched for the billionth time, and he's talking about how he watched it when he was 9 with his father and hasn't seen it in so long. For all the bad, there's so much good too. It doesn't have to be the end of their lives. They just need someone to be there with them to share it with. Something which has helped me any number of times over the past few years has been alz.org. It's the most amazing resource there is. Use it. In addition to that, because some of you guys have gifted me with platinum, gold, and silver, thank you. I've donated $20 to help fight Alzheimer's. If you're interested in donating, here's the link.